How's it going? It's Leslie Butler here. I'm just going to run you through my electronic resource kit. So first slide, I've got my ideal classroom. This is to do with the physical development of like my idea as a teacher. I put it in there because I think it's really important to have that idea of what I want my first classroom to look like. I can come back to it. I can develop it as I go through, so that I'm ready for that day one when I finally get into schools. I put in Dweck's Power of Yet because I think it has a lot to do with your growth mindset, and that's the kind of teacher that I want to be. I want to be a growth mindset teacher, teach my kids that their abilities can be developed. It's not a final at any point. And giving them like good feedback, encouraging feedback. That's just part of who I want to be as a teacher, and what like the new age teacher should strive to be. It's got a lot to do with the intellectual development of the student as well. I put in headspace there. This has a lot to do with the mental and emotional development of students. I've done a couple of major assignments on this topic this semester, and I think I know a bit more about it, and I wanted to put this in my resource kit just to be able to help kids that may be struggling in this area. I know from personal experience that it can consume you. So having these resources here, having people that can help you out in these situations is imperative, especially in like the development stage. I put in my quote about students that students collaborate by acting as a learning community that constructs shared understandings through sustained dialogue. Put this in because the teacher that I want to be is one that connects to their students. It has an open dialogue. They learn from each other. Um, so yeah, that's why I put this in. And I believe that it's got to do with like your intellectual development, but also your social development, like really creating those bonds that allow for optimum learning. I put in my micro teaching assignment from one of the other classes. This is kind of my first teaching experience. It's something that I'm going to keep on coming back to, and it taught me, in all honesty, it taught me that I love this course. I love doing it, and I feel like I'm going to be a really good teacher if I put my head into it. So yeah, this is to do my physical development as a teacher. Reading to the peers, this task taught me that something seemingly very simple can be actually quite complicated. If you're not committed, then you'll lose their interest, and if you're not prepared, then you can deliver the wrong message. It's to do with your intellectual development. It's a social one as well. So I put that one in. My strengths and weaknesses. I believe that if you don't know who you are, kind of what you're about as a teacher, then you can't really help others. So look, we all have flaws, but the important thing is to work on them. It's to do with the emotional development and physical development of me. It's probably a task that I will go and do again and again, and keep on trying to work on my weaknesses. Talking to the youth their own language. So an activity that we did that just taught me that like you need to connect with the people that you're talking about. You could have all the knowledge in the world, but if you're not delivering it in the right way, then it's probably not doing much good. So yeah, communication is very social side of development, and also a bit of intellectual. PowerPoint quiz, did this in the ICT class. This is very intellectual development. Taught me that I can do something new with something that I've done a million times before. Like learning never stops. We got to keep on doing it. The textbook, this is all intellectual. Just taught me about the development, and it's something that I'm going to keep on going back to if I have trouble understanding what my students are going through. Like we've all been through puberty, we've all developed and whatnot, but these kids are going through it right now, and the further we get away from it, maybe we forget a little bit. So yeah, this is something I'll go back to. Maslow's hierarchy of needs. It just taught me that you know health and safety are paramount, and all these things here are paramount if you want to have an optimum learning environment. If one of these aren't fulfilled, then it could be the reason why a student isn't learning properly. Yeah, it's got to do with the physical and emotional development. Chapter 9, readings. This is all the development through middle childhood, the development of the self. I believe I put this in because, you need to develop who you are as a person, and this is when you start to do it. And yeah, so it's got to do with your emotional and your physical development. There's references. Thank you for the semester. This is something I'm going to keep coming back to. Cheers.